Hello all and welcome to the next video here in the Onion Man's Rooftop Two-Headed Cow Caravan of Treasure and sometimes Barter. The streak continues as it always will, and it's Masters of the Universe Origins The Return. Anyway, this is probably the most interesting lineup of Masters of the Universe Origins The Return for one big reason. Kind of mainly being Sunman. I guess you could say Anti-Eternia He-Man because that's going to play into something way later, almost a whole year later, but Sunman is fascinating to see here. And the story behind the creation of Sunman is, I think, an awesome and fascinating story. So I'm going to do him first, just so I can kind of tell the story as I unbox him and everything. I'm definitely going to save Clawful for last, if that's the case, just because I love these goofy characters. Buzz Off, Clawful, Mechanic, all that stuff. I love it. Anti-Eternia He-Man's kind of interesting. Horde Trooper, it's just an army builder, basically. And we got Sunman, though. I love that they put Sunman in this. I didn't know who Sunman was when he was announced. But when they kind of explained the backstory, I wanted to learn more, and I looked up a lot of stuff. There's a couple of little YouTube mini documentaries that I look up. The best thing is there's an article that I Googled, and when I Googled Sunman, I found an article about it. And I'll see if I can find it again and link it into the description. If I can't, then sincerest apologies. But just Google it and hopefully you can find it. Sunman is basically a creation out of like love, necessity, and kind of awesomeness, I guess is the best way to put it. There's a woman. Her name was, I believe, her first name is pronounced Ela, Y-L-A. I apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I think it's Ela, and her last name is Eason, E-A-S-O-N. Ela Eason. And when back in the 80s, when He-Man was a big deal, her 3-year-old son was a big fan of He-Man, and but was always very hesitant to play with He-Man action figures or, use his imagination to become He-Man because she was a black woman and her son was black as well. And there were not any characters at that time in Masters of the Universe that looked like them. Her son didn't see a hero that looked like him. And I know at some point Clamp Champ becomes a character in Masters of the Universe. I'm going to guess Sunman is a little bit before Clamp Champ kind of becomes that character in Masters of the Universe. So she kind of basically created a hero, and there were multiple reasons as to why he is Sunman. One being sun, like her son, and the other one being, the sun giving him his powers. So it was rulers of the sun, you got Sunman, and that's how it happened. Basically, her son wanting a hero, she decided to create this character. It's a very awesome story. I'm doing it a disservice by trying to just describe it. Go read that article. Like I said, if I can find it, I'll post it. I just think it's a fascinating thing that, like, out of that, all these years later, he is in the Masters of the Universe line. I think it's really cool. And it's not just him, it's a lot of other characters. Space Sumo is a part of this line. I think Pigman is a part of this line. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff down the line they all just fit so well into Masters of the Universe. It makes so much sense for them to be here. So yeah, we finally got Sunman into the proper Masters of the Universe line. As much as I wish it kind of would have been its own spin-off, I'm cool with it being here and that we've got it in general finally. So a really cool story. Go look it up. It's really awesome. And yeah, so this is the set for here. Again, I love these comic book backdrops. With a magical melanin skin, Sunman brings the light shining brighter on all worlds when all good people unite. Then you got Skeletor. You got Sunman and He-Man fighting Skeletor and Pigman. I'm gonna guess Pigman's. I don't know if he's the main villain of Sunman. I'd have to kind of dig deeper into that whole line of lore. But this kind of makes it look like he is. But yeah, let's get into Sunman. Really excited for this one. The greatest hero of them all. He's got an instructional piece. Again, these kind of show you what pieces are switchable, swappable. We have the comic book. Rulers of the Sun, Sunman Rises. I like Clawful back there, just looking scared as hell. I'll definitely read this one for sure. I haven't really read a lot of these comic books, I'm not gonna lie. But still, I'll read that one. Whoa, hold on here. I just noticed something on one of these. I think I have an error here. Whoa! Okay, we'll get to that when we get there. Not on Sunman. It's actually on Anti-Enternia He-Man. Let's get Sunman out of the packaging here. He's got the plastic bands again. Not the rubber ones, but like the hard plastic bands. So I've got to cut those out real quick. Let me get that one. See if I can get this one. I think I got that one. The feet. First one's down. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yep, got it all. All in one go, too. Nice. So first off, in terms of accessories, he's got kind of a spear. It's like a short spear, almost like a spade type of thing. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the spear sword that oh wow, I can't believe I'm forgetting. The Nameless King in Dark Souls 3 uses. I like it. Looks pretty cool. He's got his own shield, so he can hold it and it'll connect to the arm with the sun. Nice. And then we got Sunman himself. Straighten him out here. Stands well. And there we go. I like it. He's kind of got these wings, but they're around his neck. It's almost like part of a cowl type of situation where it's connected to the armor. It's not. It's totally removable. If you remove the head, you could take the wings off. But I kind of like them. It's an interesting way of kind of making a character fly. I've never seen anything really like that. Definitely a little bit more unique. But cool overall. Not a lot of reuse. I think, like, of course, some of the arm sculpting here and probably some of the chest sculpting. And, of course, the thighs and calves are always reused. But it looks like he's got new boots. It looks like we've got a little bit of a variant, but new kind of cod piece and underwear piece. And definitely new armor, new head sculpt. So there's a lot of newness going on with this figure, which I really like. It's kind of a nice change of pace for the rest of the Masters of the Universe Origin line. And, yeah, he looks really badass. I like it. I like the color scheme. At first, I didn't know what to expect with these wing things. I thought they were going to be like molded in, but no, they actually do move. So that's nice if you want to remove them and just kind of have them normal, like on the cover of the mini comic. Yeah, he looks really cool. I like it. I'm so happy Sunman made its way here. I've always heard about Sunman, but I really didn't know a lot about him. So looking it up and everything was actually really fun to kind of go back and look at the origins of Sunman and why he's now being integrated in to Masters of the Universe. So really cool backstory. Go look it up. It's really interesting. Okay, we're gonna take a look at Horde Trooper again. Pretty much just a basic army building figure, if you will. Not too much here. Yeah. I think I mentioned this in the Eternian Guard unboxing. I'm not the biggest fan of army building figures. I get why people like them. 100% understand that. Like, especially if you're doing stormtroopers and stuff. But for me, like, you know, I don't want to take up too much space with a bunch of army building figures. So, is what it is. Same comic. Whoa, the bubble fell. Yeah, he's got some plasticky pieces here. I'm trying to cut those. Not on the legs, mostly just on the arms, it looks like. Got that. Got that. Definitely easy enough. Try to kind of straighten him out a little bit here. Set him up. It's actually a cool figure. Mainly because there's so much new parts to it. My one thing that I get a little fatigued of, and it doesn't bother me too much because I know the original 80s figures were like this, but the reuse of so many parts has kind of bugged me. And not in a bad way, just in a like, you could have updated some of that. I actually like the Horde Trooper here just because he's a lot of new stuff. He kind of has a, I almost said Robbie the Robot look, but I think that's stretching it. I don't know. He looks like something. Kind of like Iron Man, the first Iron Man armor or something. Anyway. He's got a button here, but I don't know what it does. Oh. Something go in the back here? How does that work? She's got like a magnet in the back. What is that for? He's got a lot of removable pieces. I can tell you that right now. Oh my god! Sorry. That was shocking. Oh, I see. You can like hit him and break him. Does he come off? He does. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry for the off-camera stuff. I just was discovering some new things about him. Before we look at him real quick, he's got like a little spear weapon. It was like a combination of a spear and a mace. Focus? Okay, there we go. Yeah, cool. But that's not the cool part. So, I was trash talking, these kind of army builder type figures. This is awesome. Check this out. So, I'm getting them all straightened out here. If you kind of push the button here, his armor comes apart, and then he's like, I don't know why he's got this little piece here too. That is so weird. It looks disgusting. It's like his innards, his mechanical innards. Oh, that's weird. I was not expecting that at all. And then it clips right back on. Fascinating. Does he stand? Stands well. So, that just blew my mind right there. I don't know why such gimmicky things are so impressive for figures like this. I love it. Now we're going to take a look at Anti-Enternia He-Man. This is something I kind of wanted to look at just because there's something coming out very soon. As I'm filming this is actually Easter weekend. And in a couple of days, Mattel Creations is going to release the Anti-Enternia Eternaman. We need Eternaman. He's the generic everyday citizen of Eternia. Eternaman. And the Anti-Enternia Skeletor, I believe. I think that's what the description said. I'd have to go back and look at the email. But it's basically a blue Skeletor. It's if Keldor never became Skeletor and he actually kind of becomes He-Man. And I'm guessing this is like the anti-version of that? Because I think that's Anti-Enternia where He-Man's a bad guy and Skeletor's the good guy. I think that's how that works. So yeah, if that's the case, then it took a whole year for us to get the reverse of that. And I think it's going to be exclusive to Mattel Creations. Hopefully not. But if it is, I'll pre-order it there. If not, then I'll pre-order it off Big Bad Toy Store. Either way, I'm going to get it. There's a couple of Mattel Creation exclusives I have missed out on. I was not able to find Wondar, and there's another one I was not able to find. I want to go back and see if I can get Wondar, maybe on the secondary market. I know it's going to be a little pricey, but I want to get them. This is the one that I kind of had a little revelation with earlier in this same video. Actually, if you'll check it out, he doesn't have a mini comic behind him. I think he's the only one so far that I've noticed has not ever had a mini comic. Interesting. Which is funny because when I was flipping through the pages, he was in the mini comic there. So I wonder why. It looks like this is exactly He-Man repainted. That's exactly what this is. Yep. That is exactly what he is. Although his head's a little loose, a little janky. It's alright though. So as far as accessories go, We just got the altered red and black colored shield. Same shield, just different color. He doesn't have a comic, so I can't put it on top of a comic here. Sword of Power. Same thing, just black. And of course it comes with the battle axe. Again, same thing. Focus? No, don't want to focus? There we go. Just black. And then we have him. He is really just the same exact figure. Yeah. The only difference is he's repainted. He's like a complete dark void. He's got red and some maroon, and then like some red eyes. And beyond that, this is He-Man. It's the exact same figure. Stands well. Not much to say. Again, I don't know a lot about the Anti-Enternia stuff. I'll have to go in and kind of look at it. But yeah, same figure and everything, just repainted. And that brings us to our last figure, and what I think is actually a really fascinating set. This is probably like my favorite set since the first one, where we had like Skeletor and He-Man, and then Man-at-Arms, and I think it was, who else was in that? Was it Beastman? Yeah. So like that, like obviously a real classic, awesome lineup, and Teela. I think Teela's in that set. I like this one so far. This is probably my favorite one. You have the just awesome and fascinating backstory of Sunman, this Horde trooper who just blew my mind with the gimmickiness of it. Anti-Enternia He-Man, which is just weird. I'm going to have to delve more into that. But then we got Clawful, this goofy-ass character. I love it. I love goofy characters like this. So I'm always down for it. See, now he came with the comic. So I don't know if it's a packaging error or what, but Anti-Enternia He-Man didn't have a comic. So it is what it is. Okay. Yes, he's got some plasticky pieces on the feet and one hand. Again, twist ties and plastic bands be damned, because I have scissors. Okay, that should be it. Alright, I'm interested to see how this actually works. It comes with like a mace. Green mace, all one color. Cool. And then we have Clawful himself. God, look at this goofy dude. This goofy bastard. I love it though. I love these really goofy characters. It is just... That's one of my favorite things about going back and getting these He-Man figures. Funny enough, my first introduction to He-Man is the 2002 cartoon, where it was like ultra super serious. And I always thought, like, why are these goofy characters so serious? And then eventually I saw the reruns and it was like a thing. But they made the He-Man and Skeletor from that 2002 series in the Origins line. Kind of interesting. He's all googly eyed and stuff. He's got the same claw that Buzz-Off kind of had here. And he's got the big claw. It opens up if you push this thing back. Cool. I like it. I guess if you wanted, you could put the sword in either hand, his little mace thing. Oh. Like, it fits in that hand. Oh, actually, maybe not. But I guess if you really wanted, you could put it in this hand too. Ah! It's so goofy. Reused middle piece. I think so many of these have this. He has the same feet as Buzz-Off. I've noticed that. But I like him. I think he's really cool looking. This arm is so gimmicky. Yeah! I love it. I love those goofy type of characters. So yeah, there we go. That was the next line up here of Masters of the Universe Origins, The Return. Got some more coming down the line. A few more waves. A couple of deluxe figures. A couple of more vehicles. So yeah. Awesome. That's it for this one. It's a little bit longer than some of the previous ones, mainly because I really wanted to just kind of get the story of Sunman and how that came about. As well as just that Horde trooper surprising the hell out of me. But that's it for this video. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I always appreciate anybody who does. And thanks. I'll catch you guys in whatever the next video is.